You're too busy getting your Facebook on. I get editorials on ballerstatus.com.
Still missing you with every passing second. It's mad depressing. Your love knocked me out. Anesthetic. I can't accept it. I'm still thinking of your hole. You lay your head on my chest. I run my fingers through your soul. How pitiful, I know. You seduced me with your mind. I was mesmerized. Your body's music for my eyes to dance to. This whole feeling so brand new, but now my heart is busted, broken, hardly pumping.
Yo, it's G-Eazy from Oakland, California. Out here on the Vans Warped Tour. Where are we today? Everything is a blur, man. Everything is a blur. We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Out here. Out here. You know what I mean?
So follow us. We're gonna walk around bus area. Not too much excitement on this side, but it's good for us to conduct this it's a little personal interview.
Warped is crazy, man. It's like you finally get away from all that.
We were just talking about some of the other tours you did as we were walking this way.
Yeah.
How are those, and how does that kind of compare to like the Warped Tour stuff you've been doing?
I mean, everything from this point, you know, back has been a learning experience.
Right.
I mean, I just try to, you know, study and take everything I can from any situation I'm in. So yeah, I toured with my son and G-Eazy in the fall, and that was a real good run because that was like my first time on a bus. It was my first, you know, real, you know, pretty legit tour that I was playing in front of like 400 kids a night, 500 kids, like, you know, learning how merch works, you know, how much merch you can expect to sell. We brought not nearly enough, sold out for a few days. That's like, oh man, you know, you messed up over, but you learn, you know.
I wish we could just pretend to be like we always were before, as happy as the Kennedys. No one told Jackie about Maryland's tendencies. Ignorance is bliss when you're married half a century.
You said that these are some like your legit tours, and you yourself pride yourself in being independent.
Yeah.
100% independent here on the Warped Tour. So what are some of the other tour experience you've had?
Man,
you know what I mean? Like,
luckily now I have an agent, you know, so it's a little easier. But before, man, it was just my manager fucking emailing all these people trying to book our own tours, book our own shows, man. And it was tough because it's like, we tried to hit the road a couple times. We went out, packed up our van, you know, had this string of shows booked, and you get out there and you realize firsthand, you know, how hard that shit is. It is, bro. It's like, and that shit will humble you. Because it's like, we live in an era now of social media where it's like an artist can look like he's popping if he's got like Twitter followers, Facebook,
all about perception,
right? But it puts it in perspective when you get out there and it's like, yo, it's hard.
So I said peace and I left it. Can't get mad at me when your actions request it. Couldn't even tell me to my face, had to text it. You can pack your bags, follow signs to the exit.
I feel like music is relative. Good music is relative, regardless of genre, regardless of time period. That's why I try to draw so much from 60s pop music when I sample into my record. You know, it's like I try to take stuff from polar opposite sides of music and bring it together.
And tell us more about your process, because you get down with some of the actual production. Tell us about the whole music making process, and you've got an album you're promoting now. So tell us about that album and, and that whole
I make my own beats. A lot of people don't know that. And so it starts, if I'm sampling something, it'll start where I'll throw a track into Pro Tools and I'll start chopping it up. You know, I'll figure out what key it's in, what the chords are, and I'll start playing other parts on top of it. I'll beef up the drums, I'll throw in my own tracks and all that, you know, and I just keep adding parts until what was initially there and what it ends up with is, you know, two completely different things. But now, this new album I'm working on, it's called Must Be Nice. And it's taking everything I learned from deconstructing those 60s songs and sampling them to now doing it all original.
Have you had a chance to check out the indie hip hop stage? It's a small tent stage
man.
To bring it back to it, guys.
I'm loving that.
What are you feeling about that?
Coach is real dope.
Yeah, that's the homie.
He's
so,
I mean, that's good to see, yo. And I mean, that's like, that reminds me of when we used to pack up the van and hit the road and tour. You know, so it's like I can definitely appreciate that, and it just brings me back there, man. And it's like, yo, but I think having that foundation is essential.
Right. No doubt. So, any last minute shout outs before we
Big shout out to my mom, I love you! Shout out to my grandma, shout out to my whole family, all my homies back home. Shout out to you guys, appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Peace.
Culture is snobby. When she needs a rip, she'll call her friend Robbie. Rich girl with a trust fund.
What's the secret behind the slick hair?
Slick hair? If I told you it wouldn't be a secret.
It's nice.
If I told you it wouldn't be a secret.
No, that's
motherfucking Dapper Dan out here. You feel me? That's a secret, right? Pomade, man. You gotta do it like that.